Do you ever feel like you're playing a game of whack-a-mole with your rental properties? One thing breaks, then a tenant complains, and your contractors disappear. So let's stop the chaos because I'm going to show you exactly how to run your rental business like a real business with systems that help you grow and help you chill at the same time. Hey, it's Bud Evans. Before we dive in, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next step-by-step breakdown. If you want help building this out for your exact market, your portfolio, head to budevans.com and book a strategy session. Guys, I had 4 calls this week. They were all very productive. I've helped a lot of people out. This is free. It is not a sales pitch. I just really want to see you get started in the right way. Also, I'd highly recommend that you go search out David Pere, P-E-R-E, The War Room, and you can join the mentorship that I am in right now. It is highly recommended. Hustle starts real estate business, systems scale it. And today I'm going to hand you the playbook that I use. It's not just mentorship, there's more. The core systems, the checkpoints, the rhythms that are going to let you grow without chaos. And by the end, you're going to know exactly what to document, what to automate, what to delegate, and what to measure. So you can move from operator to owner. Remember, we don't want to be the manager. We don't want to be the technician. We want to be the entrepreneur. So here's the core idea. You want to document, you want to automate, you want to delegate, you want to measure, and then you want to improve. So this is how you're going to scale anything. First, you document the work in plain language. Use scribe.com for that, by the way. Then you automate the parts that a computer can do. That's some AI. Then you can delegate the human steps with clear instructions. Virtual assistant, anybody? You can measure the outcome with simple metrics. And then finally, you improve the process, one small change at a time. If you do this in every lane of your business, growth is going to become predictable. So let's go through the systems. System 1 is going to be your weekly command and control. I'm not going to go all into the EOS model here, but if you don't control your week will control you. So set yourself a weekly ops meeting with a tight agenda. What happened last week? Wins, misses, lessons, KPI snapshot, lead offers, contracts, turns, collections, cash, top bottlenecks. Assign owners to those and then create deadlines and next steps. Keep a single list of issues and then kill problems in order of impact. If it's not on the list, it's just noise. Get rid of it. System 2 is your deal pipeline and your lead qualification. Leads live or die by clarity. So use one intake form no matter where the lead comes from and qualify it with 4 pillars. You ready? Here they are. Price is the ask below realistic online value estimates or recent comps. 2, time frame. When are they looking to sell? Within 90 days? Within 30 days? 3 is condition. Rate it 1 to 10. If they say it's a 7, it's probably a 5. Is it excellent, good, average, poor, very poor? And what's their motivation? Financial, physical, circumstantial? What's their driver? Tag each one as a cold, warm, or hot lead. Cold goes to nurture. Warm gets a scheduled call. Hot goes immediately to underwriting and a same-day LOI if the numbers work. One path, no exceptions. System 3 is underwriting and your go or no-go gate. Sorry, military term, right? This is where chaos dies. You're going to build that one-page underwriting sheet and you can complete it in 5 minutes. Rent estimates, vacancy assumptions, taxes, insurance, utilities, property management fees, maintenance, CapEx reserve, vacancy reserve, debt terms, and a sensitivity test. Here's the big 3. Cap rate, cash on cash return, and your DSCR has to be above 1.2. If it clears those thresholds, you can advance to due diligence. If it doesn't, you either renegotiate or you pass. No maybes. Maybes are going to drain your cash. Here's system 4. Due diligence and offers create a standard LOI template and a DD checklist. Photos, video walkthroughs, rent rolls, leases, utilities, permits, violations, insurance claim history, and a quick scope of work for your contractor. Your time box for everything is this: 48 hours for your documents, 72 hours for your inspections, and a clear walkaway clause. If it's incomplete or slippery, that's your signal, bolt. System 5, capital raising. It's got a rhythm, right? It doesn't show up because you're nice. It shows up because you run a clean process. So here's the rhythm. Set up buckets, 3 warm network lists, 20 names each, updated monthly. Get a term sheet together, simple one-pager. You're going to use it for funds, fixed rates, points, interest only, 6 to 12 month term, balloon at resale and or at sale and refi, where you're recording the lien, your title insurance, property insurance, that you're going to name the lender as an additional insured, and all of this stuff is negotiable. You can make all that work. But your cadence is you're going to want to send a short monthly update into your pipeline projects, your protections, a clean call to action, get them on a 10-minute call, and then log every outreach, every call, follow up again with a date that you put into your CRM. If it's not logged, it didn't happen. All right, let's talk about property management. This is system 6. Rehabs, renovations, they slip when you don't control time and changes. Use a milestone schedule: demo, rough-ins, inspections, drywall, finishes, punch lists. Every milestone has a start date and an end date. I use FlipperForce to track all of this stuff. FlipperForce is a one-stop shop for comps and rehab estimates and setting up a Gantt chart, developing your scope of work. I'd highly recommend it. The description's down below, or the link is down below in the description. Each milestone has a start date, an end date, responsible party, and a photo requirement. Change orders require written approval. They've got to be sent through email. Costs and added days have to be listed. No verbal promises, no surprises. Daily site photos, weekly progress updates, and a 2-line status, percentage complete, and days ahead or behind. Job either moves or it doesn't. Your system's going to keep the truth visible. And if your system isn't moving, you got to fire people. System 7, leasing and tenant selection is the fastest way to kill cash flow. Sloppy screening is a killer. Standardize it. Add a pre-screen, clear criteria, required income, application steps, and a brief house rules summary. Look for an ID when you're actually going through the process, their income, their background, their rental history, their criminal history. Actually call prior landlords and ask them one question, if nothing else. Would you rent to them again? Set up your lease package. Make sure there's no surprises. Addenda for they've got to pay utilities, maintenance expectations, notice requirements, property rules, the move-in condition. Make sure you're taking pictures, date stamped photos, and a quick orientation, the 3 ways to pay, how to submit maintenance, and what counts as an actual emergency, right? Your refrigerator is not running. That might be one, but you got your sink is still running, may not, right? People remember what they sign, hopefully. If they don't, send them a copy. System 8 is rent collection, delinquencies and evictions, money like systems. Automate reminders and accept payments through one channel. Day to day or day after due date, you're going to send them a friendly reminder. After the grace period, a late fee has to be applied, and a pay or quit notice, depending on your area, either has to be, or in our case, we just do it. We issue that as your state allows. So if they default on a payment plan, file the eviction. Don't wait. And everything, your ledger, your notices, your delivery proof, and a clean timeline. Eviction is not personal. It is a process in your business. So keep your evidence pack ready. Lease, ledger, notices, inspections, photos, and a summary of dates. The court wants clarity. Give it to them. Judges like clarity. System 9 is maintenance and vendor control. You're turning maintenance from a sinkhole into a machine. You want to triage whether it's an emergency, it's urgent, it's routine, each with a response sooner than later. You're going to dispatch. Create a simple ticket with photos and access notes. You need an approval. Set your dollar thresholds. Below $250, a vendor goes right out. Above $250, we got to get a photo, an estimate, and approval. Close out, photo proof, invoice attached, and notes for future references. So track vendor on-time rates, first-time fix rates, and average ticket size. Monitor your KPIs on your vendors. And then reward performance. Replace poor fits fast. If you are tracking your KPIs of your contractors, here is the deal. I do not give them bonuses. I give them more work. It's that simple. System 10 is your turns. From possession to relisting a property. Lost weeks between tenants are profit killers. So pre-stage your supplies. The day you regain possession, change locks. You should already have photos. If you don't, take full photos and read the utilities. Complete a cleaning and create a punch list within 48 hours. One thing that we do is we start showing the property 30 days before the tenant moves out. It is in our lease. You want to schedule the photos and relist before the paint dries. Measure turn time rigorously. Your target is days, not weeks. Make sure that you're getting in there, you're patching the drywall, you're painting the walls, or whatever you need to fix. System 11 is finance. Monitor your books and control your cash. Cash flow is a system problem, not a market problem. So reconcile weekly, track your income by source, expense by category, and then create a simple cash forecast. This week, month, this quarter, consider a profit-first style of allocation to keep your taxes, your reserves, and your operating cash separated. I personally use 4 accounts. I use an income account. Guess what? That's where all of the rents go in. I use an operating expense account. Everything that we need to pay out goes there. I keep a tax account for a whoopsie. And then last, I keep a profit account. And when you're first starting out, I would highly recommend you use at least 1% of all of your income goes directly to profit. And if you're not making that much money, figure it out. Make it work, because this is all about making money. It's not about paying it all out, right? You don't want to have a zero balance at the end of every week. So whatever you use, make it visible and make it consistent. Quarterly, you're going to review your insurance, your taxes, your debt terms. Annually, you want to tighten your chart of accounts, verify your 1099s and make sure that they're sent out, and prune your waste. If it's a bad contractor and your KPIs are showing you that somebody's taking 15 days to do a 4-day job, they have to go. Find a new one. System 12 here is compliance and risk. Compliance is cheap compared to non-compliance. Trust me. Create a comprehensive checklist. They're going to cover your basics. Smoke, CO detectors, GFCIs, railings, windows. They stay up when you put them up. They stay down when you put them down. Do they lock? Trip hazards. Maintain lead and rental certifications wherever they're required. Standardize your fair housing scripts and keep all applicant records for the required retention period. If you manage others, add periodic audits. I do inspections twice a year as well. Trust but verify always. System 13, people, roles, and training. You cannot scale alone. Scaling requires clarity on roles. Create an organizational chart and use an accountability chart. Define if you have the right butts in the right seats. List their key responsibilities and make sure that they are the right people in the right seats. Then train accordingly. Make sure you're delegating using documented SOP. Write a one-page roll card for each seat. Now, before we get into this, let's talk about a DISC assessment. It is highly encouraged. I will highly encourage you to use a DISC assessment. Take it yourself and then have your employees or your potential employees fill them out so that you can make sure that their personality traits match you. If you are this type of leader, make sure that they are a complement and not a distraction. Write a one-page roll card for each seat, their missions, their responsibilities, the KPIs they're going to be held to, and the tools they're going to be using. Create a training library using Loom or something else that demonstrates each SOP step by step. When you hire or assign someone, you're handing them the cockpit, not a blank page. If you use VAs, give them a narrow lane and a tight metric. Start with low-risk tasks like listings, calendars, invites, checking your email, CRM updates, and expand it as they earn your trust. When I started with my one VA 3 years ago, it was just email in my calendar. Now he's actually managing my finances. System 14, KPIs and your scoreboard. If you don't measure it, you're guessing. Keep it simple. Acquisitions, new leads, qualified leads, offers sent, contract signs for your projects, your jobs active, on-time percentage, the average days, behind or ahead. In leasing, your applications, your approvals, your days to lease, and your turn time. Operations, you're looking for maintenance tickets opened and closed, first-time fix rates. Are your collections current? Are they 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days behind? What's the percentage of each? In finance, you're looking for cash on hand, you're looking for debt coverage, and your monthly rent. You're going to review these weekly. If a metric slips, assign an owner to the problem and provide a fix by date. Now, here's how to build each system in 7 days. Yeah, really. I know this can feel heavy, but there's a sprint that you can run this week. Day 1, create a map. Write the steps you already do in each lane. Messy is fine. Use a whiteboard, use a pad, it doesn't matter. Day 2, trim the fat. Remove duplicate steps and anything that doesn't move the needle. Day 3, templates. Create your core templates, your LOI, your term sheet, your due diligence checklist, your lease addenda, your maintenance triage. Day 4, automate it. Calendar blocks, CRM reminders, form fills, canned messages, email templates, text templates, all of that. Day 5, start to delegate. Assign owners to the items. Record a quick video for each SOP. Then day 6, set your scoreboard. This is where your scorecards will come into play. Pick 6 to 10 KPIs and build a one-page dashboard. Day 7, drill through it. This is your exercise. Run one live cycle from lead intake to offer, or from notice to filing, or from move out to relist. Debrief what worked, what broke, and what fixes. So perfection is not the goal here. Repeatability is. So what breaks as you scale and how systems fix it as you grow, communication breaks first, usually, right? Systems are going to give you common language. SOPs and templates remove guesswork. A weekly rhythm keeps everyone aligned. Dashboards expose issues early. And because the work is documented, you can upgrade people without losing the process. When a tenant stops paying, you don't panic. You run the delinquency SOP. Hey, your rent is due today. Hey, your rent was due yesterday. You now have a late fee assessed. If you do not respond within 3 business days, we will send a pay or quit notice, and then we will be filing for eviction. When a rehab falls behind, don't yell. You pull the milestone chart and you push the bottleneck. Find out who it is or what it is. And when a leader has questions, you don't wing it. You send them a term sheet and your protection summary. Systems are going to turn stress into steps. Let's talk about your 30-day implementation plan. Let's lock it in. Week 1, build a lead intake, underwriting, and offer. Week 2, you're going to build your capital raising rhythm and your rehab milestones. Week 3, you're going to build your leasing, your screening, and your collections processes. Week 4, build your maintenance, your turns, and your finance cadence. Every Friday, run a 30-minute review of what worked. You can do this by yourself. It doesn't have to be a group meeting. What worked? What failed? What changes are going to come this week? Save version numbers on your SOP so that your team always knows the current play. And here's the truth. Winners don't rise to the occasion. They fall back on their systems. If your phone rings off the hook and your inbox fills up and you're still juggling, that's your sign you've done something wrong. Stop winging it, build the machine, and then let the machine operate. Winning is a byproduct of execution. Winning is not done by just going and trying. It is done by creating systems and putting those in place that will help you so that if you want this built with you, by the way, if you want this all built with you, templates, SOPs, and dashboards tailored to your portfolio, again, go to buddevans.com, book a strategy session. Again, it's not a sales pitch. It's 30 minutes of my life that I'm more than willing to give you. I want to help you install the right systems so that you can scale with less stress and more control. Hey, if this was useful, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you catch the next breakdown. I'm Bud Evans. Aim high, execute fast, and I'll see you on the next one.